Jessii V. Yes, you did read the title right. And yes, you're in for a crazy story. But aren't you always? It's never a dull moment with Jessii V. So many of you know already from a previous video that I've made that during the summers when I was younger, I always used to go to cottages with my grandparents. For a few years we stayed at a cottage at Wasaga, and for a few years we stayed at Muskoka. And that is where we had an encounter with a bear. But before I get to that part, let me start from the beginning, because stories don't usually start from the middle, you know. Novels don't start from chapter 5. I think you get the point though. So let's go back in time to when I was in grade 6 and my sister was in grade 3. We headed up to our Muskoka cottage to spend the week. It was an area with huge forests and a really nice beach. I remember unpacking our stuff when we got there, and 2 of our neighbors came over to say hi to us. They were talking to my grandparents for a few minutes before one of them said, "Have you heard about the bears that have been spotted around the area?" And I just looked over like, bear? What did you say? Bear? Apparently these bears had been spotted a few kilometers away from our cottage about 3 days before we arrived. And this completely freaked me out. I was like, okay, let's board the windows and lock the doors right now. We need 7 locks for each door. Because this isn't Bear in the Big Blue House, okay? I am not ready to play Goldilocks. It kind of sucked because usually when we came up to our cottage in the summer, we spent most of our time hiking because there was forests everywhere, so we're gonna hike. So unfortunately we had to change our plans for the first couple days because we were trying to wait for the bears to leave. We did not want to hike until they were gone. We didn't want to hike with the bears. They weren't welcome on our forest adventures. Not that they would come bother us anyways. Did you know that bears are extremely afraid of humans? People think they're these huge killing machines, but they're really just fluffy balls of love. When a bear comes running at you, it's not trying to kill you, it's trying to hug you. I'm just kidding. If a bear is chasing you, please climb up a tree or something. Please don't tell your parents that Jessii V encouraged you to hug bears. Things will go wrong. But I do know that bears only attack people if they're threatened or if you're invading their space. Don't invade their space. So we decide to save our hiking trip for the last day we're at the cottage just to be safe. So we planned some other fun activities to do at the beginning of the week. For example, this one day we all walked down to the frog pond with our little buckets and our little nets to catch the frogs. I remember filling up my bucket with a little bit of water, some rocks, some sticks, some grass. I basically made a frog's dreamland in my bucket. It was like Narnia for every frog. I would catch about 4 of them and put them all in the bucket. They would pretty much have a party. I even named them all. My grandparents would always let us spend a little bit of time with the frogs, but then insisted that we let them free. I remember this always being such a hard thing for me because I wanted to just keep them forever. I'd be like crying as I put them back into the pond. I was very dramatic. I needed some sad violin music playing in the background or something. Who knew a kid could get so attached to frogs in a span of 20 minutes? We were basically family. So like I said, on our last day we decided to go hiking. Grandma packed her famous tuna sandwiches, and my sister and I brought our bug catching nets. We always loved to catch dragonflies. I don't know why. They really creep me out nowadays. They're like sticks with wings. No thank you. Except for the blue ones. I like the blue ones. So we're walking down our usual trail in the woods. The weather is perfect. Everything is going well. And that's when we see it. On the path, a couple feet in front of us, was the biggest pile of bear poop. Like, this pile was so large, it was like Mount Everest for all the bugs. I mean, this bear poop probably weighed more than I did. And if you're like, Jess, I don't believe it was bear poop, then you tell me what animal lays down a poop the size of a dog. And the scariest part about this giant smelly pile of bear droppings was that it was fresh. Oh yeah, fresh like pizza. Ew, that's a weird combination. So of course we began to assume that the bear was still around. It had got to be nearby. My grandpa instantly goes into protection mode. He was like a mother goose protecting his chicks. You will not touch them. You will not touch them. He was like, everybody get behind me. I wouldn't have been surprised if he just tore off his shirt to reveal a Superman costume. He began to scout out the area. And yes, that bear could be seen. He wasn't super close, but we could still see him. He was in the distance just chilling by some trees. I had never seen a bear in real life. So I mean, this was pretty much equal to seeing the tooth fairy for the first time. You didn't think it would ever happen, but it did. My grandpa said that when backing away from a bear, you had to move very, very slowly so you don't startle them. So that's what we did. I think my grandma actually snapped a picture of it though, which I'm pretty sure she still has in one of the albums at her house. Let me know, Grandma. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty scary. I know, listening to the story, you're probably like, psh, that was nothing. I was expecting her to get attacked or something. No! I dare you to go into a forest with a bear staring at you from the distance. It's scary stuff. It'll change your life. But anyways, guys, that is the end of my V-time. I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to let you guys know that my Truth or Dare video is going to be posted next week because I'm really, really busy getting ready for my meet and greet this weekend, but it will be up next week and it will be awesome. You guys have like 2 more days to get tickets for the Toronto meet and greet. If you haven't yet, the link is in the description along with my social media information, so yeah, check it out. And until next time, guys, bye!